Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and very interesting. I invite you to come with me to Thruple Island today, not literally, but in the hands of Bellamis, who has created, or Bellamy, I don't know, who has created this puzzle with a very interesting rule set. We will look at that in a moment. Now, tomorrow on the channel, very special video, Simon solves a Sudoku with this Kurt Hugo Schneider. If you know music on the internet, then you know Kurt Hugo Schneider. He is one of the leading record producers all over the internet, and not only that, I believe Kurt Hugo has a history of mental challenges. Like, he was I think he's still perhaps a chess international grandmaster. I mean, no, international master. That is an absolutely insane rating. I believe he was an extraordinary prodigy as a chess player. He's turned his talents to music, but he does do a lot of Sudoku. He's written to us for a long time, occasionally, and he's sometimes the very first solver of our Patreon challenges. Absolute brain box. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he does with Simon. I haven't seen the video yet, but that's going to be up tomorrow morning at about 10 our time. Now, talking about our time, I believe that daylight savings starts in the US and Canada, presumably. So if you're in North America, our schedule will be out by an hour for about 3 weeks, I think. We tend to change our clocks at the equinox, whichever weekend is either closest or first after the equinox, and I'm not sure what that is. So, well, I mean, I know that the equinox is around the 23rd. I don't know exactly when we change our clocks. I presume it's in 2 weeks, but I'll find that out more later. But bear in mind, that'll throw off our schedule by an hour for you in the States. We post at 8:30 and 11 British time, and we will continue to do that. What else is going on? I mean, there's so much going on around the channel. Various projects bubbling away, and goodness me, yeah, we're going to be, as well as Thruple Island, we encourage, which has very similar rules, or a certain similarity with the Nurikabe Puzzle Pack. That is our latest reward on Patreon. It's by Blobs. Blobs is an absolutely epic god of a setter, and there are 12 puzzles in the pack. Give it a try, because if you enjoy this one today, you'll definitely enjoy those. It's a guarantee. There's other content on Patreon, including a recent connections video, lots of other stuff all the time, crosswords and more. We urge you to join. We urge you to try our apps, which feature, they don't feature Nurikabe, but they do feature Domino Sudoku. I always want to call it Crop Key Sudoku. And they feature Fog of War Sudoku, the latest one, and there are some really good apps there. We've got other things going on. SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD, our merch, on the links under the video. Get yourself a Bobbins mug for when you need to curse and not use a rude word, which is our position regularly on these videos. And it'll probably happen today as I tackle Thruple Island by Bellamis. Thruple is a recent coinage for a group of people who live as a three rather than as a couple. Now, normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits in cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. Digits in cells separated by a black dot have a 1 to 2 ratio. Those are the normal crop key rules. So one of those will be half the other. Now, we have to divide the grid into islands of orthogonally connected cells such that no two islands touch each other orthogonally. So you could have an island here and an island here, say. And even an island here, not touching that last one orthogonally. All non-island cells are in the ocean, which must be a continuous region of orthogonally connected cells that never completely fills a 2x2 area. So far, so Nurikabe. Each black dot connects two island cells. This is in addition to the job it's doing with the numbers. Each white dot connects an ocean cell and an island cell. And the special Thruple Island rule is that each island contains exactly 3 different digits with potential repeats, with the highest digit being equal to the island's size. I mean, what a fascinating... I knew there'd be a rule with some complexity coming, because there just hadn't been enough in the puzzle to disambiguate a grid yet. That's really interesting. That's very different from blobs, who would normally give us a bunch of cave-type waterway cells. Anyway, give it a try. I don't know how long this is going to go on. Let's get cracking. It looks a very empty grid to me. Okay, the one thing we get to cling on to from the rules is that the black dots are always connecting to island cells. So I'm going to make my islands orange and my waterway blue. I know there are other ways you could do it, but that's the plan. I know someone who would do it another way. Right. What on earth does that tell us? So let's think about this thruple island rule. Each island contains exactly 3 different digits. Now, I think the most significant thing about the exactly there is no more than 3. There can be repeats on an island, and the highest digit is equal to the island's size. How do you start this? I don't mean orange dominoes, that's nothing. Well, there are limits, aren't there? There are limits on how far look at this cell. Okay, here's one limit. Every island has to be at least 3 cells big. Factious. Here's a much more important limit. No island can have 4 cells in a single row, column, or box. How about that? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Let's just ruminate on that and this cell for a second. I want to say this region never gets out of box 1, and I might be talking through my hat. How? Yeah, okay. We need a 3rd cell. Right. Go slowly, brain. Do the bits one at a time, please. No island can have more than 3 cells in one box. So this island is going to get very limited. The only way it could get out of the box would be to go through this barrier, having had 3 cells in the box, I mean. But if you did that, you would have 4 cells in the row. So that's weird. You start thinking about cells in the box, and you need to get out of the box if you want to expand the island beyond 3. But then you'd have to go there, and that would be 4 in the row. Then you need to start thinking about the row. Right, this island, and the same would be true for any corner of the puzzle. The corners are quite isolated. Right, this island never gets out of the box. It's got to have exactly 3 cells, so it's got to have 3 digits on. There is a 3rd digit on this island, but the highest digit is the island size, and that's 3. So the other 2 digits are 1 and 2. This island consists of a 1, 2, and a 3. It's entirely confined within box 1, and that black dot is made up of digits from 1, 2, 3. So that's a 1, 2 pair. Now we need a 3 on the island. We see why we get the given digit. That 3 must go here, and that completes this island, and we can seal it off with C. And that is an absolutely remarkable start to the puzzle. It's like a thought experiment about the corner. Right, let's think about the other corners. This is not in an island. Oh, hang on. No. I don't know that. I don't know that. I was going to say that if this was in an island, it would have to either be And this was true up here. It would have to either be a 1, 2, 3 island or get outside the box. And I think we've just proved that it can't get outside the box. If this is in an island, that island cannot get into another box. We have. It's absolutely factual. Now, what I was starting to think was that this couldn't be an island because we would have 3 cells in this island and 1 there. But that's in a different island then. This could be in an island. The island couldn't go this way because it would have to have 1, 2, 3 on it and clash with that. But it could go that way or it could curl. So I don't know about that one. This one I do know about, because if that was an island cell, it would join with those. And they would have to be 1, 2, 3. So that is C, and that C has to get out. In fact, the black dot here cannot have a 1, 2, or a 3 on it. That is a 4, 8 black dot. And now it's on an island that is 8 or 9 cells big, because the biggest digit is the island size. Now, this can get out of the box there. Ah. No, hang on. How are we going to make an 8-cell shape? I don't think... Oh, I'm getting confused now. Right. This is not island. No, I don't know that. Hang on, Mark. Can we go this way? My concern with that, right, one at a time, thoughts one at a time, arrange them in order and then tell them to the people who are listening, trying to understand what you're thinking. That is my plan. This island cannot have more than 3 cells in its own box. That's an absolute rule. It must, because it has an 8-cell island, or 9, get out of its box. Which box border can it go over? Well, it can't go over any of these because, hang on, I'm not quite saying that. What I'm saying is it can't reach from this bit of the island to escape out here. The escape that this bit of the island has to make is into box 2, into one of those cells. It could go like that or it could go like that. Now, there are problems. If it goes like this, how does it get out of box 2? And I thought for a second there is no way. You can only have 3 cells in box 2. So you can't get across to box 1. We've already been in box 3. I'm going to be very careful about that in a moment. But I was thinking it would have to go down to box 5 in 3 cells straight there. But this won't work because that would create 4 cells in the column that are the same 3 repeating digits. That's impossible. However, I have just noticed that if it did get out there, it could come back into box 3 there. And we haven't done anything illegal yet, and then get out here. And that's really weird and annoying, but that's quite possibly what this island does. I can't see why that is illegal at the moment for this island. It is very limited. You can't take another cell in box 2 if you go this way. Oh, you're going to get a lot of blue cells in box 3. Maybe too many? How many cells have we got in this putative shape? 7 cells. We need at least 1 more and maybe 2 more. They can't come in column 6. They can't come in column 7. That's got 3 cells in it already from this island. I'm going to keep thinking about this because I suspect, well, I don't know. Let's see if we can rule it out or in. So the next expansion of this island is going to have to be into column 8. Can't go any further down. It's one of these 2 cells on the white dot. And it is going to be the 8th cell. Now, what does that leave in blue? it leaves it okay in blue if that is orange, I think. It couldn't be the other way around. It couldn't be that as orange. So I'm not inclined to say this is impossible yet. It's surprising. Sorry, I just need to think more about this shape. It is so peculiar, this. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. No, 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 no. We cannot expand into this cell that I've just highlighted, because that would be 4 of the same 3 digits in box 3. The reason we can't expand there, remember that these white dots have to join one island and one C. So now you'd have a 2 by 2 of blue in box 3 that you could never get this island into, and you couldn't start a new island in it. The size of the island, yeah, you can't come round and cover off. Well, you can't go into box 3 again. You would have a 2 by 2. So we do not get out through there. That was the only possible way, and it nearly worked, but it didn't quite. So we have to get out through here. And those are now orange. Right, that's blue. I think this is blue now, but... Oh, this is blue because we can't have a 4th cell on this island in box 3. It's quite interesting to point out, these two can't both be blue. So there is a new island forming here somewhere. Actually, I'll tell you what, I think I can colour this orange. I will go back to this island in a moment. That's my main island, but I'm just looking at this for now. If this is blue, you're forming a 2 by 2, and that has to be orange, and orange to get out, and that would be orange. So you'd have all of these as orange, at least. If this is orange, it has to get out. Every island is at least 3 cells big. So that would also have to get out down these cells. So these are always orange. Here I don't know yet. Yes, I do. This blue has to get out of the corner. There we go. Okay, right. Now, we're going back to this island as promised. I've got four crazy cells on it already. And okay, 4, 8, and I'm going to give this a letter. I'm going to call this X. How about that? This digit is not X, so it's 4 or 8, because they're the only 3 digits that can be on the island. Now, this island has to be at least 8 cells big. Where is it going? It's got to get out of box 2. It can't come through there, because they can't both be island cells by the rule. It can't go through there or there. It's got to come through here. Yeah. I'm convinced about that. Now that's blue. We can't join this up or we cut off C. In fact, this C has to get out. So there we go. It's getting out. This island is now 6 big. It's got all its possible cells in column 6. So I can blue it at either end. That blue has to get out. Now we have to still expand this by at least 2 cells. We've got 6 cells of this island. These are 4, 8, and X. Now, we can only have 1 more cell maximum in box 2 before we run out of our allocation, and that would be a 7th cell, so we must have 1 more in box 5. That is orange. This is blue by the rule, about 1 of each on a white dot. And that is now 7 cells from our island. This could be another one. It would be a 4 or an 8. This can't be island. That's a good spot. If this was island, it's new island, which can't be part, oh yeah, it can't be part of this one, or you'd have 4 in orange in one island. It would have to get out, and it would cut off some blue C in box 2. So that is blue. Now we've got a 2 by 2 forming, so that's orange. We've got 8 cells in this island, but if X is a 9, this could be a 9-cell island. That's 4 or 8. That must be X now. Interesting. That can't be X now. This blue has to get out there. That's a 2 by 2 forming, so that's orange. Now, what is this in? Look as well at the Sudoku. 4, 8, 4, 8. 4 and 8 are up here somewhere. So what I'm wondering is, can this island not join to this one? One of these two must be orange, because we must avoid a 2 by 2 blue. If they were both orange, there would be an 8 in this island, and it would be at least 8 or 9 cells big, just like this one. So if these were all in the island, we're going to bump into this one, because we've got to get out of the box. We couldn't go that way. Right, this obviously can't be constrained to the box, so it has to get out of the box. The only way I was imagining it could get out of the box and not join to this if it was 4 like that. The reason it can't stay in the box is it can't be another 3-cell island. It have to have 3, 2, 1 on it. If it stayed in the box, there's all sorts of problems with that 4-cell shape. There'd be an 8 on it, saying that 4 wasn't the highest digit. That's a big problem. Also, you'd have to put digits lower than 4 in these cells, and you can't do that. So this is going to join with this. They are definitely in the same shape. I'm thinking about whether 8 is in this shape. I don't know. I suppose it could come down and join with this as well. That's annoying. Now, what just happened there is that my machine decided to stop recording me. Not, I think, because it thinks I'd made a mistake, although who knows, but because it told me I had insufficient disk space, which is incredibly annoying. I've had to delete a bunch of old videos and YouTube files and things. Hopefully that's freed up a lot of space. Let's see where we were. That was a little while ago, and frankly, I've then had a bit of a day in between, so I don't remember where we were. I think, well, I did review the end of the video that I had done already, and I have learned that that shape is connected with this one, and maybe also with that one, but we don't know. Now, and there's a chance I will redo some logic at this point. I don't know. If I haven't marked it in the grid, I presume I haven't worked it out, so probably not. But I would think we worked out, yeah, this couldn't be 4 because it would have an 8 in. It can't be 3, so it must come out of this box, and it must join to this one. Therefore, it can't only come out of the box to there. That's right. So this island joins to this one. Now, the interesting thing about that is that's going to use up, it's going to have a joining cell somewhere. That's going to use up all 3 cells on this island in box 4. It must happen. It must join there or there. I can colour these blue because this mustn't touch another orange cell. Now, I think there are a number of options. If this island extends after boxes 1 and 4, it's got to come out there because it mustn't join up with this other island. So it might come out here. If it extends further from there, it must go down here, and then it will join up to this. Now, I think this is a possible island shape. Look, I am right to mark that cell. Like, that would be 6. 9 is obviously the maximum. We can't have any more in column 3 because we've got all 3 cells there. So it would have to join up like that. We could have that galaxy shape. And the water would be blocked. It would have to come down the south side. Okay, it looks to me like that galaxy shape is possible. That it would have a 9 on it, in at least in that domino and in that domino. And it could exist in this puzzle. But it's quite tight. And if it doesn't exist, if we don't come out to there, then we are confined to how big? Well, less than 8. One of those cells, because we can't overdo cells in box 4, maybe those. Let's say those, but then we would be only doing 7 cells and we'd have an 8 in them. That's no good. If we take all 3 of those cells, we are going to have to come out to there. And in fact, that becomes impossible because it's a 10-cell shape. So we can't take all 3 of these cells. I don't think we can only take that one. We must take this. That's become orange. So there is an alternative to, well, there are 2 alternatives. There is coming out here only and having a 6-cell big shape with not the 8 on it. There is not coming out to this cell, so just a 5-cell shape without 8 on it. Or there is this full galaxy with 9 on it. It might or might not have 8 on it then. Oh, it's so complicated. Right. That's what we're grappling with. 3 possibilities over there. But we got some blue out of that. I mean, I don't know. I want to say that we can do something else with that, but I don't know what it is. I haven't looked at these white dots much. This is, I don't know, depends what X is, doesn't it? That's no use. These did, here's a thought about what X is. These are 5, 6, 7, and 9, and they all see an X. Those 3 see one in that box. That one sees one in that box. X is the same every time. It now can't be 5, 6, 7, 9, 4, 8, or indeed 3. So X is 1 or 2. Let's mark that. And it's the same color every time. Let's give it, it's the same digit every time because only 3 digits appear in this island. X being 1 or 2 means this island is not 9 big. So we can blue in around it there. Now, how does this extend? Oh, this doesn't extend with 4 cells in box 6. It's not allowed to. So it's either 3 or 4 large. That's all it is. Every cell on this island is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Gotta be. Actually, where are 3? 3 is in one of those cells. Oh, 1 and 2 are confined in box 2. That's really interesting. That means this isn't 1 or 2. This is 3 or 4. This island is no bigger than 4. This is an interesting finding. It can't be 4 because there's a 4-8 pair. That's a 3. Bingo. Now that doesn't mean the island is only 3 big, actually, because there could still be a 4 on it. So just have to be careful. In fact, what on earth is going on with this white dot? That 1-2 pair rules 1 and 2 and of course 3 and 4 out of this cell. What's the white dot? It's a 5 and that's a 4. It's got to be. Now this island is 4 big. It needs 3 cells in this box, and the reason I'm counting that cell is because one of them has to be a 3 from there. So that's orange. These are blue. That blue has to get out. Here we go. That's a 1 or a 2. This has become an 8. That's a 1 or a 2. I flashed that yellow possibly before knowing that it was an X. But I now know that it was an X. That's interesting. Anyway, that 8 gets a 4 and an 8 here. That 4 down here gets 8 and 4 up there. Now we're getting digits in the puzzle. I haven't had to think about this island again. What is it a 5? No. Well, I was going to say it doesn't have a 5 in those cells now, but it could have one there. It could still be a 5 island. That's strange, but it is true. That's not a 5 by Sudoku. I prefer Sudoku. Can we do more Sudoku in the Sudoku puzzle, please? So this is finished off. Now, if I'm flashing one variety of 1 and 2, one colour, let's flash the, yeah, bingo. Bingo, stingo. Where is the other 1, 2 in row 2? It's not in this box where there's already a 1, 2 pair. It's not here because that sees both flavours of 1 and 2. So it must be there. So I can flash that red as well. That's a good finding. I'm pleased with that one. 6, 7, 9 are the other digits in the box. Now, where are we at next? Probably going to have to come back to this blue-in island. There's got to be some orange around, hasn't there? Each of these white dots needs orange on it. This 2 by 2 area needs orange in it. It's so interesting, this. It's a really, really interesting puzzle. Now, is that happening or is it not happening? Now, I think the problem with this putative, oh, don't use yellow. This putative galaxy-style island here is in this blue 2 by 2. If this green was an island, that's not island. So you'd have to have some island in these cells. And then where's that going? It's got to include those 2 cells. It's got to escape. It's got to be 3 big. It's not allowed to be only 3 in column 1 because they would be 1, 2, and 3 and that would break. But it's not allowed to have 4 cells in box 7. Could it be that shape in box 7? No, because blue in box 2, for instance, doesn't get out and connect up, so it can't be. I don't think there's any way. One of these is island. If you extend it to there, you crash blue. If you extend it to there, you've got too many cells in the box. If you don't extend it, if you just leave it as those 3 or those 3, it's breaking the rule because it can't be a 1, 2, 3 island. I think this green shape is fundamentally flawed and I'm getting rid of it. I'm not just getting rid of the green, I'm saying that we do not extend down to here. Now, I don't know if we can still extend to here, have a 6-cell island, or I don't know, but it's not 8. That's the point. This island is not 8. It doesn't have an 8 on it. We can put 8 in there in blue. This island is, now it doesn't have that cell available. It only has 1 of these. We can only use 1 more in box 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of those maybe is 5. It's either 5 or 6. This island either has a 5 or 6 on it. Now that's quite interesting. 5 can't appear in those cells. 6 can't appear in those because of the black dot and the 3 over here. 5 can't appear in those either. This island is either 5 or 6, and the 5 or 6 in box 4 must appear in one of those 2 cells. That's really freaky. In fact, these are selected from 4, 6, 7, 9. Well, we know it's not 7 or 9. It's not that big. So that's a 4, 6. So now we know the island is 6 and does come here. Yes, oh, hang on. Can I rule? Yes, I'm only allowed 1 more cell in box 4. I've said it time and again. I've only just understood it. Now that has blocked off the blue, and blue has to get out through column 1. 1 more of these cells is orange. the digits on this island are 4, 6 and something else. And they must be included in these cells. Well, 6 can't be on the black dot, so it's there. 4 is on the black dot with either, well, not with 8, because that would suggest the island was bigger. So 2 is the other digit. One of these is a 6. That's a sort of X-wing on 6s. One of these will be a 6. And we've basically, apart from one cell, we've finished this island now. We've also got a 4 X-wing as well as the 6 one. So there's a 4 in one of those too. Now, where does that leave us? That blue had to get out down the left-hand side. This is a 5, 7, 9 triple. I can do the Sudoku in box 1, hurrah. That's a 6 by Sudoku now. There's a 1 and a 2. Now, what's this white dot connection? That's not allowed to be a 3. So that's 1 or 2, and it's red. And let's get rid of the corner marks. This digit is 7 or 9, I reckon. Ooh, where's 3 in row 4? It's not allowed to be there or there or there. So it's in one of 2 places. It's not on the island because the island only has 2s, 4s and 6s on it. Yes, we know it's got a 6 in one of those positions. I feel like I probably do know by now which one of those is a 6, but this version of me doesn't. Oh, these can't have a 3 on this black dot, so that's from 1, 2, 4, 8. We can't have a 4 in this box because they're confined over there. This can't be 8 by the same sort of token. Right. Now, let's go into the corners because they're surely getting interesting. How can the corners be orange? Only if they are a 1, 2, 3 island. So I remember that now. Is that a 1, 2, 3 island? That is possible. Maybe even that, actually. Okay, maybe I can't really worry about the islands yet. The 3 in this box is in one of those cells. Sorry, I can't worry about the corners. Oh, now, hang on. What about this shape of white dots? We've got blue here. These can't both be blue. So one of them, at least, is orange and has to get out. And it doesn't get out through this white dot. So it gets out through one side of this white dot. And isn't it going to get stuck in the box? It is if it comes through this side. I mean, it's going to be... it cannot be a 3-cell region confined to these cells because the region would have to be 1, 2, 3, and we've had those 3s. So this region, which uses those 2 cells, must get into this column. I just said it doesn't go through that white dot because that's one of each. I think it's got to do that. I don't see how else it gets out to column 7. Now, the trouble with that is it means it's not confined to box 9. It could come out to here as well. Indeed, it does, because if it was 1, 2, 3 there, that would be the 3, and 1, 2 here would break that cell. So it does come out of box 9. Right, but those are all the cells it's allowed to touch in box 9. So we've got a lot of blue. This is blue because it can't be a single cell orange. These digits are from 1, 2, 6, 7, 9. This one, by the way, cannot be 1 or 2 because it would be the yellow 1 or 2, but it wouldn't be allowed to touch the red 1 or 2 or 3. It's interesting. I tell you what, that is really interesting because now the shape is at least 6 big. Is there any chance it combines with this shape? Oh, and here's another thing. We need orange in that pair of cells to avoid a blue 2 by 2, in that pair of cells to avoid a blue 2 by 2. And this orange, whichever of these cells are in, it has to get out. It either has to join up there or here. I don't know quite how we use that. Now, 6, 7 or 9 there. There's no use on the white dot, doesn't matter. Where are we now? 8 is in one of those cells by Sudoku. 8 is in one of those cells. 6, don't know. 8's in one of those cells by Sudoku. I don't think Sudoku's going to get it done. I have to keep doing these islands. I have to keep understanding this rule. It's a wicky-wacky, weird old rule, but I have to keep grasping at it. Now we've got a 6 in one of those. Blue. Okay, let's think about this island. Does it connect up with here? No, because that would require 4 cells in box 8. And you can't have 4 cells in box 8. So it doesn't connect up with that. And yet it's at least 6 cells big. Well, it could be like that if it just sort of, like that, if it just died in box 8. And then it would be confined to 6. Is there any way to make this 7? We have to get out of box 8. We can't cross it in 3 cells without doing other impossible things. If we go up there, the 7th cell would have to be there. That is possible, I think. The reason is that blue would have to get out. So that's the only possible 7 shape. Otherwise, this is 6. It's certainly not 9. So I'm getting rid of 9 as a possibility. One of these is the high digit. No, that's not necessarily true, but the shape is 6 or 7. Because that is 6 or 7. Now, can we rule out? I don't know. Oh, can we rule out that shape? Because these need orange in. That orange would have to come out there. Very specifically, this shape would be like this. And then it would have to go south if it continued. The trouble is you can always stop. So it's this, no, this blue 2 by 2 I'm really thinking about. One of these has to be orange. They can't all 3 be orange. Oh, that's quite interesting. They can't all 3 be orange because that would block in this bit of blue. They can't come out here because that blocks in that. So if this is orange, this is orange. That's obvious. This is obviously orange because one of these has to be orange, and if it's that one, that's also orange. Now, this shape has to get out. It could join up to this one, or it could join up like this, unless there's something about that I'm missing that just doesn't work. 1, 2 pair. Or an 8, 4 pair. That would make the shape 8 big. Gosh, I just don't know. It's very hard to say. Could this be 6? This would have to be 6. I think it would have to be like that because this one would have to come through that region. Yeah, so for this not to join to this shape, we've got a 6 there. And this one is at least 5 up there. And the blue has got cut off again. The blue on the right of the grid has got cut off in that situation. So that's not possible. So it is not possible for this not to join to this shape, if you see what I mean. I.e., this is forced to join to this shape, because to join to that shape instead, and for there's one other thing I have to rule out in a moment. For this to be 6 cuts off blue. Right, the one other thing that I have to rule out that might actually be the right answer is that this is a 3 shape, confined there, not joining either shape. And that, no, it can't be, because this can't be 3 or yellow, blue, yellow 1, 2, or red 1, 2. So this is not a 1, 3 shape. So I've finally proved that this joins to this. It's either 6, well, that has to get out, or 7 going there. That's blue to separate islands now. This can't be blue because we've had the 3 here in this row. We've had the 3 in this column, so that's blue. Don't know about this cell. This blue on the right either gets out there or both places. I feel like this is done and screaming at me. I don't know how. 2, 4. There's a 4 in one of those cells by Sudoku. 3, 6, 2, 4, 8. This is a 6. I still don't know how that finishes off. What about this one then? Can it have an 8 on? I mean, it seems enormous. Or let's consider that blue can't occupy both these cells because it would form a 2 by 2. So one of them at least is orange. I thought we'd proved earlier it can't just be this one, because you can't have a 1, 2, 3 there, and you can't, if that was orange and that was blue, you can't just fill 3 cells and you can't fill 4. I think I worked out that that wasn't allowed. Ah, no, that was a different situation. That was with the full galaxy island. Is this possible as a 1, 2, 3 island? The answer is no, because that digit would become an 8. And how are you going to create an 8 island there? You can't. Wow. I mean, it's more complicated than I was expecting, but the point is that whichever one of these is orange joins to this island. It can't be that one joining round there without that. So that is now orange. I mean, it's a huge amount of deducing just to find that, but happy to do it. Now, 8 is impossible because we're only looking at an island confined to 2 boxes where it can have 3 in each box. So we get rid of 8. There is definitely a 2 in one of these cells. That can't be 2 now. Actually, it can't be 1 because on the white dot, this would be 2, and that's impossible. Excellent. So this is now a 6, 7 pair. 6, 7 must both appear in these cells and in these cells. In fact, that must be the place for this digit in that run of 3. This is like a white dot sequence because 6 and 7 are consecutive. So these 2 cells are 5 and 8. That's cunning. It's true as well. 5, 6, 7, 8. The 4 in the box is in one of those. The 3 is in one of those. We still don't know whether that's the other digit in this island. Oh, we now know there's a 7 in the island, so that has gone orange. Now blue has to escape through the bottom. Right, if that was blue and this was orange, one of these is orange, one is blue. If that was the blue one and that was orange, what region is this in? It can't connect to that. So the orange region here would be confined to, well, it must only have 3 cells in box. It would be 3 or 4 big, and it would leave a 3-cell island here, which would have to have a 3 there and a 1 or 2 there. Actually, this could be 4. But anyway, the digits would be from 1, 2, 3, 4. All the digits in this island would be from 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's too many such digits. So this is not blue, this is orange. And now we've got all 3 in this island in its region. So I can blue in all of those cells. That goes blue because it can't be orange on its own. Have we got connection? Look at this barrier. We've got to connect through the bottom with blue, so that's blue. Now, this region can't be 6 because one of those 3 cells would have to be a 6. So that's blue, and that's a 2 by 2 impending, so that's orange. This is a 5 region. One of these is a 5 because one of these 3 cells has to be a 5 now. Ah, it's crazy, this puzzle. It's very clever. Actually, that can't be a 5 because we've confined 4 and 6 in this box, so it couldn't be there. This is mad. That's the 5. Oops, 5. That's become an 8. It sorts out this white dot sequence as I embark on mistyping. That becomes a 7. 1, 2, and 9 to place in column thingy what's it? Column 8. One of these has to be a 6 and it can't be there, so that's a 6. That is not this digit x, which is there and there, so it's 6 or 7, but it can't be 6. So it's 7. That's 4. This is good progress now. I'm pretty happy with this. That's not 4. This is now a 1-2 pair. That can't... Oh, 6 is actually fixed in box 7 in the corner. 5, 1, 2, 6, 8, 7. That can't be 3, so it's 4 or 9. This one, I don't know. 3, 4 or 9. That one, 3, 4 or 9. Now, this 5, 1, 2 are the digits on this thing. So that is a 1 or a 2. That's going to have to be a 3 because 1 and 2 are gone in the box. 3, I wonder if this is going to unravel my reds and yellows. 2, this is 1 or 5. This is a digit, it's not 8 if it's 1 or 5. That's 8. This puzzle's crazy. What can this not be now? Just 6? 8, 2, 4, 6. That is 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Still haven't actually quite finished the colouring. I kind of thought I had, but I haven't. That 2, right. 4, 2, 4, 6. Now I finished the colouring because I placed my 6 there, which is the orange cell. That's blue, not a 6. All the islands are coloured. How did I not unravel these 1s and 2s with the 1s and 2s I did? I actually didn't. Yes, I get to do these ones in the corner, 1 and 2, but that doesn't take me over to the right-hand side where I've got the colours. That's very, very surprising. Never mind. That's a 7 by Sudoku. That's not a 3. We've got 8, 4, 9. 8 is there according to the column. That's 4 or 9. Let's get rid of the corner marks. That can't be 9 or 5 or 7 in those. This is 5 or 9, which is definitely not 8. So the 8 in the box goes here. In this column, we've got 7 or 9 to place. So I know where 3 is there. Looking along the row, 5, 7 and 9 still to go. Still, these two are the same digit. It could be 3. 5 is looking at that cell, 1. That was probably from when I pencil marked it. 3, 4 or 9, but this digit is the same as this one on this island. It's not 4. So that's 3 or 9 as well. Still don't know what it is. I'm sure it's 3. Yes, look, 3 in row 4, 3 in row 5. That is 3 in row 6. So it's also in that island. Good. I think that's all my island digits done apart from a few 1s and 2s. That is 5, 7 or 9. I know that of old. We've got a 1 or 2 to go in this box. It must be there. That's red. Oh, that can't be 7. This is 5 or 9. Red, red, that's red. Oh, look, we've got a 2 looking at red. So red becomes a 1. Get rid of the red flash. Yellow becomes a 2. Lots of this is now filled in, including all of the island cells. It's a very clever puzzle, isn't it? You have to admit that. I thought that had become known. It hasn't. I can't believe there's much of a sting in the tail left. We'll see. We'll see. That's 5, 7 or 9. 4, 2, 6, 1, 3. Middle row, maybe? That can't be 8. Yes, okay, so I get the 8 in the middle row. Everything else is 5, 7 or 9, which seem to be cropping up a lot. This is a known digit. According to this column, it's a 1. 7, 3, that does nothing else for the rest of the puzzle. It wasn't the last one. I've got another one to place down there. That's a 5, 7, 9 triple, so that's 6. Don't tell me that's the last 6 in the puzzle. Well, it is when I put that one in. There we go. All 6 is done. This is not allowed to be 3. That's not allowed to be 3. 3 is placed there. Surely I can reduce this to just 5, 7s and 9s. Mind you, I've still got 2s outstanding. Okay, in this bottom row, these are from 4, 5, 9. I haven't missed any rules that apply to the blue. I haven't. I've done all the white and black dots. So it's just Sudoku. 6, 7 has to be in one of those cells in this box, so that's a 9. That's going to be quite a big discovery, I think. 7 there, not in those cells. This can't be 4. Only just spotted that. Down the final column, 2, 4 and 9. So that's 2 or 9. That's a pair. That's a 5, 7 pair. This is 2, 4 or 9 in the corner. Didn't finish it. 2, 9 pair in that row makes that a 5. Okay, that's good. 7, 9, 5, 7, 9 up there. This has become a 5. That's 7, 5, 9 in the center of the puzzle. 4, 9, 5 there. 2, 4 in the corner. 9, 2, 9. Just 4 cells to go. 5 and 9 there. 4 and 9 here. And that had better be the right answer on Thruple Island. I'm sorry about that time. I had a lot of day in between where I was doing the file deletions and then other things. It didn't take me 300 minutes, which is 5 hours. You will know the time of the video better than I do at this point, because I don't know how long it is now. Oh, I do, like this recording is 33 minutes. The first bit of it was about 22, so just under an hour video, I guess, but great fun with that puzzle. Well done, Bellamis. That is clever, and I've enjoyed it a lot. So don't forget to watch Simon solving with Kurt Hugo Schneider tomorrow. New Connections video went up today on Patreon. I will see you soon. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.